Hello, my name is Morgan Edward Dickens. For those of you who don't know anything about me, I am a missionary in Brazil. I've been living in Brazil for 17 years. My parents came down here as missionaries to start a church in a city here in Brazil, and I've been here my whole life pretty much my, since I was about 4 years old. And uh, I've I enjoy is I enjoy sharing thoughts about my devotions with other people when God speaks to me through my daily Bible reading. I like to share it with other people. An idea that was originally given to me by my grandmother. She likes to share what she calls verses of the day, verses that spoke to her during her daily Bible reading, and that she likes to share with other people, and as well as the thoughts that go with those verses. So I'm going to try to do something similar to that, except in videos rather than messages and emails as I've traditionally done it. And I'll see how often I can post videos and such. I probably won't be able to do it every day because of my work schedule. Makes it difficult to do anything during the day on the days I work. But on the days I have off, I can do these videos, no problem. Anyway, today I was reading in Leviticus, and in Leviticus chapter 19, I came across this verse 17, that says, Leviticus 19, verse 17 says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him." This is the King James Version of the Bible, by the way. The verse here says in the second part, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him." The verse in this law seems to be stating that it is our duty and our job to tell other people and warn other people to not do the evil things they are doing. Which brings to mind a conversation I had with a friend recently, where this friend said that he doesn't like to impose his religion on other people. Rather, he likes to allow other people to do what they want to do, and his religion will stay within his home and his church and his own life, but not extend out of that into the way he votes politically and things like that. However, this verse seems to me to be stating that we do need to act and speak out against what is going on wrong in our societies and our cultures. We have the duty, the privilege to preach the gospel and to all people who do not know Jesus Christ as their Savior. And part of evangelism, and preaching the gospel is telling other people that they are wrong and they are sinners. No one is going to be saved if they do not think they have anything wrong with them. They need to realize that they are doing wrong and they are bound for a place of eternal punishment and damnation before they can know that there is salvation for them. Because unless they know that they are doomed, they won't even look for salvation. They won't even feel like they need it. This verse here reveals to me that just as we need to do in preaching the gospel and evangelizing, this verse shows me that we need to do the same and rebuke people for what they are doing wrong in day-to-day situations. We shouldn't just tolerate people doing what is wrong and doing evil and sinning, because in doing so, we are sinning against God for not speaking out against it. The commandment is very clear: "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor." We should, and we are commanded to tell people that they are doing wrong and not suffer sin upon him, not allow sin to fall upon other people, not allow other people to commit sin without our warning them. Because I don't remember exactly the verse right now, but I'll look it up later and post it in a comment or something. There's another verse that says that if we see someone doing wrong and say nothing about it, we become guilty of that same sin the person committed because we did not warn them to not do what they are doing. So this verse seems to be a very clear commandment to me that we need to tell other people. We need to rebuke other people for doing wrong things and not allow them to simply keep doing what they are doing. That is sin. And some people might say, "Oh, but that's law. That's Old Testament. That's not for Christians nowadays." I disagree. The whole Bible is meant for every living being in the planet, not just for the people to whom it was written at that time. We need to obey commandments. There are certain commandments, yes, in the Old Testament that are only for the Israelites. However, there are still commandments in this law that we should follow and obey because they're just generally good principles for our lives. And aside from that, God wrote his word with applications to every living being in every time period, not just to those people during this time. Leviticus 19:17 shows to me that we need to speak up. We need to speak out against the sin that is happening in our world and not simply allow people to keep doing what's wrong in the name of liberty and doing whatever and allowing people to just follow what they want to believe is true. Because God says that we are to be salt and light, and we are to be different, and we are to tell people when they're doing wrong.